This video is on rose quartz for increasing our trust in our psychic perception or intuition, how that helps. And so I'm here with Ali and we're just having a conversation about it and what we think. So Al, what do you think rose quartz's value is?
Rose quartz for me was one of the very first stones that I actually recognised. I didn't understand crystals, I had no perception of crystals at all, and rose quartz for me, when I actually connected with it and sat and held a stone, the love that comes from this stone and the feeling of support and gentleness is just outstanding. I find it such a beautiful stone to work with, and especially if I'm working with people that are going through a lot of grief or anything to do with the heart. Rose quartz is a spectacular stone.
So what about for trust?
Rose quartz is a beautiful stone for trust. It's one of the ones that I find is a very uplifting stone, but also one that creates a feeling of friendliness.
Okay.
Creates a feeling of trust, okay, and allows you to open up your psychic abilities more, still knowing that you're going to have lots of protection around you and lots of love.
So if coming from that really safe vibration
absolutely.
Place.
Yeah.
What I know, rose quartz was the first crystal I ever got to, and I think I was about 6, and I had it until I was 19, and I gave it to a friend who was going back to South Africa as they were stopping apartheid. So I gave him that gift. His name is Gavin. So Gavin, if you're listening, g'day. What I see rose quartz as, when I've meditated with it, and what she's told me about, when I say she, I mean the energy of rose quartz, was that it creates a limitless foundation of love.
Absolutely.
A personal experience of breaking down the boundaries or the concrete that surrounds our heart and our perception of self, what you can do and what you can't do. And a lot of when we're drawing negative energies towards ourselves, because it always comes from self, it's because we're in fear, it's because we've got holes in our self-perception and what we can and can't do. So rose quartz is the perfect heart energy to bring us back into balance. And
absolutely. And I also find guys particularly can connect to rose quartz where they normally wouldn't connect to stones at all.
Because it's pink. Yeah.
Wow. But also I think because it allows them to open their hearts and be genuine and from the heart without that fear of judgment, without that fear of other people wondering where they're coming from, you know what I mean? They can just be heart-centered beings.
Well, because it removes fear,
absolutely.
but not in a way that leaves you open and vulnerable, in a way that strengthens you and
loves and supports you.
And balances, you know, like that cuddle. The only time I've found that people have had a resistance to it is when their hearts have been really, really hurt. Yeah. So at first it can take a few tries, or a few holds.
Or even they'll try and pull her back away from it, you know, energetically they get repelled from it, but once they come to that level of acceptance and they actually open their hearts up again, rose quartz is a perfect stone for healing. Yeah, and even with that, I find that they, you know, the first time they try it they go, oh, I don't like this, but within days they're back and trying it again. So without the idea of addiction, it's not that, it's more that the heart just needed that little bit of space, and then it sort of goes, oh no, I really do want that. So amazing stone for just bringing that trust back in, making sure that you're coming from a heart base, and any energy that you're working with is too. And particularly for children, I find rose quartz is an amazing stone for kids. If you've got kids that are overreactive to things and stuff, rose quartz can be amazing, just popping one into water, leaving it sit for a couple of hours and giving the child the glass of water to drink. It seems to calm them down without you physically having to do anything.
That's another good point too. I know when you start doing this kind of work, because your crown chakra opens and you have to, or you start to expand, it can cause headaches and nausea, where you actually feel really crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to look forward to, people. But putting rose quartz in your water, remember not all crystals you can put in water, but rose quartz is definitely safe. Putting that in your water,
drinking it.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Spritzer bottle,
yep.
And spraying around
definitely
yourself.
in your bath. Rose quartz essence and the rose quartz crystal, having that combination in your bath is a really good place, especially if you're starting this work. Anyway, we could talk about it for a lot longer, but that's just it for today. Hopefully we've really helped, and welcome to the amazing world of rose quartz.
Hey.